We have a series of 5 common estate planning mistakes. Now, this is a 2-page handout, but don't go to the 2nd page yet. If you do, you just might get sued. All right, so first page only. All right. First page is kind of a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to tell you right now, the 5th mistake, not planning for disability, and the last mistake, procrastination, are the biggest mistakes. All right. So we're going to deal with that number 5 first, not planning for disability. And really here we're not talking about physical disability. I don't care if you're in a walker or a wheelchair. I'm talking about mental incapacity. All right. 73% of the people who will die in Texas this year will die without any estate planning whatsoever. 73%. They don't like lawyers. They don't like talking about their death. They don't like spending money on something they can't see, feel, or touch. But they've got it wrong. So let me set the record straight. The death side of estate planning is only 40%, and quite frankly, it's the last 40%. The middle 20% is what Dan brought up, asset protection, if somebody gets sued. The first 40%, the most important 40%, is disability planning. So taking care of me if I can't take care of myself. The number one thing everybody in this room needs is a medical power of attorney. A medical power of attorney. Now, medical power of attorney is the legal permission slip that you give to somebody you love and trust, and you say, look, if I can't make a medical decision for me, honey, you can. The second document you need goes right along with that, and that's a living will. All right? Now, a living will is the pull the plug. And everybody needs one of those. Okay? You think hospitals are excited about pulling the plug on people? No. They're concerned about suits and unhappy family members. You think that that's a place that people could fight? Or whether to disconnect dad or mom? Sure it is. So if you have a living will, ladies and gentlemen, it's not so much for you, it's really for them, that you've told them very explicitly, if all this lines up, you can let me go, and I want to go, so please let me go. And so it takes the pressure off the family, okay? How many people have heard of HIPAA? A few people, right? HIPAA is a problematic law. HIPAA would say, if you're in that wreck this afternoon, and you're rushed to right up the street here, St. David's North Austin Hospital, and your family member, your spouse, your children, your friend, your sibling come up, and they say, what's their condition? The hospital by law cannot tell them anything about your condition, because your condition is what? Does anybody know what it is? Private. So the next one is, we've got the health care under control. Who's gonna be able to write checks? Nice that we've got somebody who will make decisions, but if they can't pay the hospital bill, you don't get to stay. I mean, the nursing home bill, whatever. So everybody here needs a financial power of attorney, all right? And it's called a durable power of attorney. So everybody here needs a durable power of attorney. So a durable power of attorney, let's go over this again, is a legal permission slip that you give somebody and say, look, if I can't sign my name, you can, but here's the problem with it. They're not very durable. That's right. And in fact, no financial institution in this state has to honor a durable power of attorney. And a lot of financial institutions in this state will routinely refuse to honor it. So what a lot of people want to consider is something called a living trust. So I have a trust. If I'm on my way home from work this afternoon, I'm on MOPAC, I have a head injury, I wish it hadn't happened, but my wife Cindy can write a check. She can make an investment decision. She can sell her house, she can buy another one, all without me. So it kind of works like a little company, but unlike a little company, there's no tax ID number, there's no tax returns, it's There's no nothing to do with taxes. It's very tax neutral. But if I'm incapacitated and the company doesn't want to honor my power of attorney, well, too bad. I've got a trust. So again, trusts are better than wills for managing assets, better than powers of attorney for managing assets during disability. And the problem with doing a will, only a will, is that you just get a power of attorney. You need to keep your estate plan current. The average estate plan in this country, anybody want to guess? 19.6 years old. So 20 years old. 20 years ago today, you know who's running for president? Bill Clinton and George H.W. Bush, and there was a third guy in that deal. Remember his name? Ross Perot. Ross Perot. I mean, has anything changed in your life since old Ross Perot ran for president? Probably. So you need to keep this up to date. Asset protection, the question that Dan brought up. Asset protection, 100,000 lawyers, okay? I saw a statistic, I'm not sure I believe it, but your chance of getting sued are greater than your chance of ending up in the hospital. So, smart things to do, get an umbrella insurance policy. Well, let me go a little bit further. Let's talk about annuities. Now, I want to say annuities, you got mutual funds, stocks, bonds, all that stuff. All of that can be taken. You have a mutual fund, you get sued, they can take it. You got a CD here at the credit union, they can take it. Checking account, they can take it. Stocks and bonds, they can take it. If you got an annuity, they can't take it.